What's up guys, just making this quick video to show you guys what I did to successfully remove these compression rod bushings, since a lot of people have trouble with them getting stuck on that stud. So first what you want to do, of course, is remove your lower frame, your subframe, that big piece that goes underneath your frame, because you're gonna have a bolt that goes here and you're gonna have to remove all of it in order to get to this part. So once you do that, you're just gonna have your compression rod on there, right? So what you want to do is, inside of the bushing, you want to get some PB blaster, and then you want to spray all in there like this. There's gonna be like a little gap between the bushing and the stud. You can stick it in there and just spray all in there as much as you can. Very generously get in there and like spray it, and then let that sit for like 24 hours. And then now you could come and, of course, remove your bolt from right here, and then try to pop it out of there where it goes. And then what you should do is remove your outer tie rod, like take off that nut, and that way you can move your whole knuckle, and then you'll have room to get this from here. I'll be like back here stuck in there, and since it's still on there, like you won't be able to like really get it out from here. So when you remove this, you'll have room to be able to pull this back, and then you can get it over here and like twist it this way, and then it'll be free. And then if your bushing is really messed up, you're gonna notice that your control arm will be rotating, but your bushing will be in place. That was the case for this side. My other side, actually, my bushing wasn't too bad, so it actually rotated together and I was able to just wiggle it out. But since it's most likely going to be like this, where it's all like torn up and then the bushing is just stuck on there, and then the control arm is rotating independently from the bushing. So what I did is I got an angle grinder and I grinded out a flat spot. That way I could go on there with this pipe wrench and then get a nice grip on there, and then use this bar right here over the pipe wrench, and then apply torque to that bushing to get it to start turning. And once it starts turning, you could keep wiggling and wiggling it and get it nice and like loose, like so you know it's separated from all that rust on the stud. And I went this way, so I put it on there, and then I used the bar and I like went this way on the bushing, applied torque to it, and it started twisting. And then I went back, made it twist this way, just kept giving it, you know, torque so it could like loosen up. And then once I did that, once I got it to start turning, I just used the control arm itself to apply pressures to it, because now that it's loose, you could like turn your control arm and you'll see that the bushing will now move as well. So I just did that, and with two hands I started like wiggling it, putting my hand right here as well to add extra pressure, down pressure and wiggle, down pressure and wiggle, and then boom, it slid right out just like that. It worked pretty well. I'm not sure how the rust situation was in there, but I'm not sure if these ever been replaced. But I think the P-Blaster might have really helped with that, getting it, because it says it breaks away rust, you know, and all that says. So it might have really done the job there and helping it loosen up. But yeah, it's I don't know if you have to grind it down, but I did. I think that definitely helped. You see that nice flat spot to get a good grip on there, because if it was round, it would be, of course you'll get less grip on there. But yeah, just put that on there, give it a twist. The bushing started turning, and then I just kept wiggling back and forth like this, because the wrench was on there on the bushing like that, and I went like this, back, just wiggled it. And then I tried to just with the controller, now that I knew it was like loose, I just used the control arm Now the bushing was loose enough, so the control arm has enough, you know, friction here, even though the bushing is torn up, that it will turn the bushing as well. And I just used the control arm just like this. I'll show you guys. Then I use the control arm just like this, so it's in there. It's in there, and then I just use the control arm like this. And then I just kept twisting it, applying pressure, and eventually it came out. So yeah, that's what I did. That's worked for me. I hope this helps you out. I know it can be a pain trying to get these out. So a lot of rust likes to build up in there, and then it gets rust welded to that stud. But yeah, that's what I did, and I managed to get it out. I got both sides out. The other side was actually went a lot smoother because the bushing was actually not as torn up as this one. So once I removed the control arm from this ball joint area, I popped it out, did the same thing, removed this out of tie rod. That way I can move this knuckle out of the way, and I could get that control arm to pop out from back here over here. And when I did that, immediately the bushing was also turning with the control arm like how it should, if it was like attached together like properly. So all I have to do for that one is just use the control arm itself to wiggle it off the stud. So yeah, I hope this video helps, and good luck with your work.